Hey YouTube, this is Chad with Life and Biohacks, again coming to you in part 2 of how I gained 16 pounds in a little under 6 weeks. At the end of July I was 146 pounds. Right now I'm pushing 162. So today is my supplementation, my food choices. I'm going to try to speak quickly. I always try to keep my videos under 5 minutes right now, so it's quick, concise, to the point. My number one supplement right now is creatine HCl. I used to do creatine monohydrate all the time. Very good gains. Probably the best supplement I've ever done. Most things I've ever tried, I've gotten very minimal and slight gains throughout my 25 years in being in fitness, but creatine has always been that one that always works. Never done HCl before. Had a recommendation from a friend, competitive bodybuilder slash fitness competitor. She just competed in nationals right now, and thank you, May Long, for the suggestion, because it's 55 times more soluble in water than creatine monohydrate. This is what I got. It's I bought it off Amazon, $25 or $26 for 2.2 pounds, so it's going to last a while. It's 55 times more soluble in water, so it absorbs in your system quick. I combine it with turbinado, which is actually a you could go to Sprouts and get like a pound of turbinado for $2 or $3. Turbinado is unprocessed pure cane sugar, so you want to get an insulin spike with it when you're using creatine still to help it absorb a little quicker. It also spikes IGF-1, which is it's a very good big anabolic hormone. That, I would say, growth hormone, testosterone are going to be your three hormones that really help you build and put on muscle. So I'll do anywhere from an 1/8 cup to a 1/16 cup turbinado. I don't want to increase my sugar too much. There's been a lot of research that most people, when they get around 75 grams of sugar a day, can actually decrease testosterone up to 20%. So I try to keep it between 15 to 20 grams of sugar. I do it before I work out, an hour before I work out, and then an hour after I work out, and I combine that with my next is whey protein isolate. I get this from On Nutrition. It's at Costco right now. It's just what I get. It's if you can do grass-fed whey protein isolate, even better. Right now I'm on a budget, so I'm just kind of doing things as cheaply as possible until I get back to where I need to get to, and then I'll get back all to the grass-fed whey protein. The last one is DIM. I'll put a link in the description below, but DIM comes out of lots of not cauliflower, broccoli. It's a component in broccoli that actually makes testosterone more effective. If you have any estrogen, it kind of balances your hormones and makes that free testosterone more effective, so you can actually increase your testosterone a little bit, in a matter of speaking, indirectly. For me, I do use it right now. What it does which I notice it really works, though, primarily is when I'm intermittent fasting, because my testosterone increases very significantly, and then I'll start getting a lot of acne on my face, on my back, and when I take DIM, it balances that out, so I don't have that extra estrogen aromatase from the testosterone, and I don't get that acne. So those are my 3 top supplements. I definitely recommend, if you can only do one, just do the creatine HCl. That stuff's insane. Food, I do a pizza kit from Costco. I'll put a link in the description below. I'm going to try to find it. It's 4 pizza crusts with sauce for $8. It's really cheap. I'm doing everything on a budget. I'm just trying to increase as many carbs. Right now, you want a lot of carbs. Do that sugar. Get up to, don't do too much sugar, so you're inhibiting testosterone, but you want to increase the carbs. Pizza, I do bread. A lot of this has gluten, and I have ADD, so it really kind of clouds my focus as far as my brain goes. But my whole point of this is just to gain weight. Once I go back on keto, little intermittent fasting, I'll clear all that out. My mind will be clear, more focused, but right now this is not my point of what I'm trying to accomplish. Number one, probably the biggest thing that I always eat is either the grass-fed butter, grass-fed beef. When cows are grass-fed, like they're supposed to be, they have high amounts of omega-3, CLA, which helps you build muscle, burn fat. Just a lot of good things that you're your body really needs. And grass-fed beef is actually really healthy for you. It's not bad. It's not bad for you. All the studies they've done on beef being bad for you, it's all grain-fed. So that's another story. I do Purdue chicken wings from Costco. It's just because it's high in calorie. I combine it with a Lighthouse jalapeno ranch. High calorie, high fat, right? I'll do bread, more gluten, but this is just for on a budget, cheap form of carbohydrates. I probably take in anywhere from, I don't know, I would say 200 to 300 grams of carbohydrates a day. So I'm really packing the carbohydrates. Brings muscle into the water, or it brings water into the muscle, and you want that as much water in the muscle as possible because it expands it, and it's gonna push your muscle to grow too. So you do the breakdown in the workout. My protein intake's anywhere from 100 to 120 grams a day. I don't need much protein. A lot of people say, do 160 grams or however much you weigh times 1 or 2. For me, I've never ever found that. There's new research showing that you don't need that much protein. It's mostly going to be in the form of carbohydrates. Because if you think about it, muscle is mostly water, 75 to 80% water. The other 25% is the protein. So worry about the carbohydrates, worry about the creatine, shuttle more water in the muscle cell, and then don't overdo the protein. It's expensive, and it's really taxing on your kidneys. So 100 and 120 grams for me. If you weigh more, I would say at least 0.5 grams per pound of body weight or per pound of lean muscle, up to 1 gram. But even as a hard gainer, I've never ever needed that much. Sweet potato, every day. Sweet potato, really high, a low glycemic carbohydrate, really gets you that carbohydrates for your muscle glycogen. Like I said, grass-fed butter, avocados, great fat, magnesium, potassium, all sorts of good things for you. It's very calorie dense. Probably the healthiest fruit that I think is on this planet. Coconut oil, lots of coconut oil. I'll eat it in my shakes. I'll eat it just spoon, as a spoonful, because coconut oil, it starts melting at 76 degrees. If it's lower in the house than that, it's going to be solid. It's easy to just eat. I know it's kind of gross, but that's what I do to get those extra calories. And it's also an antifungal. It's really good for you. And then eggs. Try to do not grass-fed eggs. Free-range eggs. Lots of land. If they're free-range, they're going to have more of that omega-3 and more of the things that actually are natural in the egg. And unless you have cholesterol issues, you really shouldn't have to worry about that. Cholesterol issues are hereditary. Most people can eat tons of cholesterol, and it won't really affect them. And that's all I got right now. Stay tuned for tomorrow, and I will continue with part 3, my workout, my recovery, and how all that goes. Thanks.